Why, hello there! Welcome to another video with me, Durf. And I think I fixed the mic issue, so hopefully you won't hear too much noise from it. Today I'm here to apologize for not uploading any videos recently. I'm sorry about that. But I have been pretty busy for the last couple months, doing various things. Today I'm going to show off a little project I've worked on for the past couple of days, which is I built my own web server, which is which I had a lot of fun with. The only two dependencies that is required for this project is SDL and SDL.NET. The only reason why you need SDL is because SDL.NET requires SDL to function because it's a dependency of it, and I need it for TCP and IP related stuff. So yeah, let's get to the source code. To do a basic web server, it requires an understanding of how the HTTP protocol works, and it's pretty straightforward what a server does. When a web browser sends a packet or sends a request to a server, it basically grabs that request. If I can scroll down real quick, it will receive a request from a client. The first thing it does is it'll accept a request, then it'll get the IP address for the remote for the client, then it'll get its host and that sort of stuff. Then it'll receive the packet from the client, which is typically going to be in text. Let's see here. I could just print off something real fast. Let me do that real quick, just for demonstration purposes. So std out request, and if I were to go back, I just build the thing. It should just work. And thankfully this is only one file, so we don't have to worry about multiple files being compiled. There we go. And we run it. And if I were to refresh the page in the web server, it will send you it only send me a bunch of blank stuff. Try it again. Why aren't you sending anything? Oh, because I did. Oh, I'm so silly. Oops. If I do it down here, it should work. It's my bad. Let me just control that out, and then we can compile it real quick. Hopefully y'all's day is going pretty well. Mine's been pretty busy. Let's see here. Let's try this again. Let me refresh this. Aha, here it is. This is getting the this image right here. This request is let me just make it right here. This one is for loading up this image from the server, and it's giving you a bunch of other data for it. Excuse me for that. And it will give you, like, if you're doing cores and that sort of stuff, whatever. Just a bunch of data. Alright, let me comment that out. And next, this real fast. Make sure. I don't want a bunch of print-related stuff on the screen because it slows down the server for some reason. I think it has to do with how buffers work in the back. If I could spell. There we go. Perfect. After that, I basically go through and parse the header, the request header with get HTTP request header, and if I look up here for it, where did I put you? Ah, here it is. You'll go through the header. I'm using the split string method to basically split up the string into a vector, and it's pretty straightforward. It just add the string to the string stream and use get line. You'll get all the lines free up over through the whole thing, and it will then grab the method, the path, and HTTP, which is, if I will show you up here real quick, it's this first one. That's the method, that's the path to the resource, and this is the version of the protocol, the HTTP protocol that you're doing. Alright, and then I get the rest of this header information. If you noticed, each of these has a column in it. I'm just splitting, then I'm just going to the list from position 1 on the lines because I don't need the 0th one, and I'm just adding it to a header map. That's all I'm doing. After I grab that information, you then need to build up a response to that request, and it's pretty straightforward to do. The first thing I do, if I have a dash, I assume that's going to be the index HTML page. Then I grab the content for it, which, if it's just HTML, it's just going to be text-HTML with the get content type, which all content types I support is stored in this map up here. Let's see here, let's go back to that spot. Then I get the resource for it, which is going to be in its htdocs. If it can't find it, it will give you a 404 HTML page thing, which is down here. Because I'm using the optional class from the standard library. So if it doesn't have a value, it basically means that it hasn't been found, and I just send back a 404 response. Which responses are pretty straightforward. You have to build up the response header, which is HTTP 1-1 with the status number and just a message. Which if it's a 200, I just send back OK. If it's 404, I send back not found. Then you have your server name, which for this little project, it's just basic HTML server. There's no caching on it because there's no session data. The next thing you do is send back the content type, which will determine how the web browser will interact with the data being sent back to it, and then the content, which will be either binary data or text data. If you look up in the get response, I have a bunch of functions that load, which there should be a better way to do this. I could use like a map and just have like these content types as kind of a as a key value, and then I just use return text content or binary content or something something else with it if need be. But this will do for now. But there's a lot of these MIME types that are in there that I could take advantage of. And after you send it back to the client, you then close the connection, which is down here. And then you go back up here and wait for another accept from a client, which could be from a different source. So yeah, let's run this and just demonstrate it real fast. So get that here. I'm already have it on, so let's go to the page. And actually, let me just exit real fast, just to demonstrate that it actually does what I'm saying it does. So let's refresh this. Boom. Nothing. I turn this back on. Go back to page. Boom. It's pretty fast. I'm pretty impressed with the speed of it. As you can see, there's images that can be loaded. This is an SVG file. This is just a JPEG. If I click the About page, it does linking correctly. It's a very just basic web server that's meant to display just static content. I was looking at see if I can add PHP to this, just to see if I can integrate PHP as a scripting language. I might do that, or I might do something else. But yeah, I have made a web server, and it works pretty well for what it's supposed to be doing. Well, I'm just going to end the video here. I do apologize for not uploading a video at all recently. I've just been very, very busy. For DSGE, I'm going to put it on the back burner. It's because I got to a point where I'm like questioning, why am I doing this? And instead I decided to approach it differently, and instead of having a 2D game engine, I wanted to do both 2D and 3D applications, and I just need a framework that will help me do that. So instead I took DSGE and all the components that were very useful with it, such as the configuration, input system, which includes gamepads. I obviously want gamepads. Gamepads are awesome. And the GL wrapper, and just throw it into its own little small framework, which I'm calling it DSCF, or Derf Simple Core Framework. If you want to check that out, I'll put in the link as well. And there's also examples of how to use it with OpenGL as well. If you go to demos, you have color triangle, index buffer, textures, triangles. I think I'm working on one where it demonstrates how to use the IM GUI with it. Outside of that, I was testing Golang, which I'm pretty impressed with the language. Golang is a very impressive language, and I'm definitely going to use it in the future, but it's just not there yet. There's not enough middleware with it. So until there's enough middleware, I don't foresee it as a replacement for C++. But it definitely has a future, and I really actually admit I like Golang. But for now, I'm going to stick with C++ and just develop applications with it until Golang gets to the point where it could be an actual useful language. But for now, it doesn't have enough middleware for the change. But yeah, the other thing I did was I built a simple game too, which I'll show you real fast. It's Fall in the Pit. It's a really fun little game. I can probably show it off real quick before I end the video. Let's see here. Where are you fall? It's in Trijam Games. This one. It's right here. To run this bad boy. Ooh, it's going in the background. Press start. Let's have a number of speed. And let me move this out of the way so I won't mess it up. Start the game. And as you can see, you can move around. You make it go faster, make it go slower. And it'll give you random noises. There's no hearts. Oh no. Yep, this was a fun little project. No! And press exit. Let's just exit. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna end the video here. Y'all take care, and I hope I'll see you in another video. Take care, everybody.